Update 29.1 is here, so what's it brought? First thing I said when I seen this was, what the... literally, what is this? Is that a sandana? What? Ah, thrown blades, so any secondary weapon that is basically a throwing weapon. Kunai, haiku, etc, etc. That doesn't look so bad. The staff skin literally will just go on any staff, as you would expect. Same with the Sugatra. It will basically go, you can kind of see a tiny little bit there. Oh no, there it is, coming off the left half, both hands. It's tiny and it's just a melee dangly. The rifle will go on any rifle, because it's a rifle skin. So you can put this on pretty much any rifle, and the same with the pistol skin. It will go on any pistol. These are of course all obtainable separately. The bow skin, same deal. It will go on any bow any bow. I just want to see the quiver on the back, and that's about the time it'll stop and go back the other way, but the quiver doesn't actually look too bad for that. And the skin actually looks pretty nice as well. Then there is the longsword skin. Again, will go on absolutely any longsword. Shoulder plates. Okay. That actually has some texture to it that didn't really expect. All of this with the colour scheme reminds me of the Harkonnen stuff and the Night Watch. The Night Watch stuff will probably come back, actually next month, October. But it just goes the same colour, but these, yeah, that has some really nice textures to them. Even the leg plates have, well, I'm sorry, but that looks like a mouth. That looks like a mask being worn as knee plates. That's a little bit weird. And the sandana, well... not bad actually. The fact that one side's longer than the other, ooh, it kind of messes with it just a bit. The physics also makes no sense because it goes wobbly halfway down. Which means that the fixed part isn't the fixed part. It should go kind of wobbly a little bit further down, but not so bad. It could be worse. It could be a really long one that touches the floor. I hate sandanas that touch the floor. They're not that bad, I just prefer the shorter ones, but again, it has that same kind of texture to it that honestly you're not really going to notice that much until you go into something like Capture, and then you're going to notice it a lot. There is also a snake necramech skin that Lloyd sells from the Necroloid Syndicate. We won't go into too much with this, but it's a whole new option down here at the bottom. Sadly, you do have to buy this with Platinum, which is a kind of a weird option to have something you buy with Platinum inside of a Syndicate, because this is the Necroloid Syndicate, but you can also put this on your frame. Then there is another skin for your necramech. Kind of, oh well, it's in the description, rusty. I was going to say that just looks like a rusty version of that. That's better. That's what it'll look like when you build your necramech. As you can see, I didn't change mine that much from what it comes like, and the new skin, the snake skin, actually doesn't look that bad. I'm kind of looking at this and thinking that's quite nice actually, because it just makes it look battle worn. So it looks exactly the same, but just more battle worn. Then if you kind of fast travel to Sun and go to browse wares, he does also have something new. Oh, there's three of them. There's the white one, which is obviously the one of the things you can capture outside and save them or get tokens for them. I'm tempted on the purple one. If it wasn't for the fact I spent all my standing yesterday on a... ooh, actually, I can. Ooh. It's a K-Drive skin. You can make your K-Drive now actually look like them. instead of just going out and only being able to use the... I'm doing it. It has been done. Appearance, body... Okay, that's a bit big. Mainly because, oh, it took it off. Now I'm definitely leaving the flame ephemera on. Now you can see it better. Now if I take it off, that shouldn't be there. I'm going to take that off. But now, when you summon your K drive, it will look like one of the velocipods. Which, well, there's only one way to actually kind of show that, isn't there? Nah, it would be too easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's go there. Press Q and summon K-Drive. And just like that, velocipod K-Drive. Now basically usable absolutely anywhere. Kind of weirdly like that. Also, really like the fact that I can also now, or you can now, also do this. You can now shoot your secondary, or you've been able to actually shoot your secondary from K-Drives since update 29. Oh, did I get you? Ah, ran us over. Honestly, with that skin on there, I'm kind of wanting to name my K-Drive now. And I'm only saying that because if you come and see the Vent Kids, you can actually name your K-Drive. Then there is the biggie I've been trying to put off. The Xaku Changes. The passive, well, the 25% chance for incoming weapon damage to pass through completely, it goes to 75% by the way with the Vast Untime active. There was a whole thing about it didn't include AoE, now it includes AoE. Whisper, they've basically made it so void damage will now... They've removed the 50% resistance to void damage on cloned flesh and fossilized enemies. A long desired thing apparently, making that slightly better. The Grasp of Loki, well, people are going to start talking about nerfs and everything else. It literally says increase the speed of which enemies are disarmed and increases the range. It took it from 8 to 15 and it allowed it to be recast. I really like the fact that you can recast it because there's been a few times I've wanted to recast it and if it only affected one enemy, I've had to wait until it can affect, until it's expired to be able to use it again. I have also put off making a video about this frame, which will now be coming until this happens. They seem to do this with every frame these days. They bring it out, then they change everything. It was kind of confirmed that they were changing it, so we'll be doing that sometime soon. The Lost, this is kind of a weird one. They increased the casting speed of Deny, and they've added synergy between Deny and the Grasp of Loki. Yeah. I'm not going to get into what Deny does, because, well, I'll have a whole video on that, but it kind of makes it a lot better. The thing that got me is it says removing the energy drain and keeping it as a duration-based ability. We'll kind of cut out everything else I said there because I did go a bit ranty, but the fact that when you cast this it also pauses the other abilities could be really useful. I'm looking forward to jumping back in and basically rebuilding this frame all over again for abilities, and I still never got used to the fact that there's is it 3 or 4 abilities? It's 3 in that one ability slot. They usually do that to one of the first abilities, not the third. That was always kind of weird. And the one I've probably seen the most complaints about when it eventually comes, they have fixed Marked for Death. It's a helmet ability you could put on frames, and well, it was basically doing what that video showed. The radial attack on it was completely insane, and it was taking out every enemy. Because what it was doing is, and they fixed it, they've fixed mods applying twice the Marked for Death damage for the AoE. They have fixed the base damage for it being... This is why people will be rather upset. let's just say overpowered. They've also capped the damage multiplier stat to 75% of the normalized damage type. And there's, I don't understand why they would remove the crit chance from it, but it's not going to be as, let's say, overpowering as it was before, which a lot of people were really, really upset about. Oh, I saw this pop up and I really hoped they'd fix the weird thing that happens in the drift when doing missions where pressing escape does not do anything. It locks it out. I will mention, if that does happen to you, just spawn your Arcwing or your K drive and jump back off it and you will be able to press escape again. I'd figure that one out the hard way around. But there's a bunch of normal fixes for this, bunch of helmet fixes, general polish and cleanup of the sound of the arsenal. There is the fact that, where was it in here? No? Well, yeah, it was before you, actually. That. It may have downloaded 6.9 gigabyte, but it will probably free up almost exactly the same. It was an optimization thing. It may take a while, but it will make the game generally run much smoother. Necramech changes, well, the cooldown timer for it is kind of important. If you are running around on the map, the timer can be annoying. So that is now a 10-second cooldown, so you can spawn it, use it. If you then have to go somewhere else for another part of the bounty, when you get there, as long as it takes more than 10 seconds, you can respawn your necramech. It will have the same health, shields and energy as it did before. Once it gets destroyed, then the 3-minute cooldown will kick in. And a bunch of conservation changes that basically fixed the whole not being able to move when fishing. When doing this, the one creature that kind of spawned directly above you, so you couldn't actually catch it, now won't do that, and things to just kind of make it easier. Conservation is weirdly one thing I've actually done in the drift. I didn't do in the other two. I honestly still haven't touched that stuff on the planes that much. But yeah, it took them 3 massive open worlds, but finally started playing with the conservation stuff. And I say playing with it, I've still only got 3 floofs from this and a few from the other ones. So not a lot, but I kind of filled the one area I wanted to put them in anyway, so I don't think I'll buy any more of them, no matter what happens. Plus the tokens are kind of used by Sun for the Sun tokens. It's actually on here somewhere. Yeah, drop tables. Has actually had the Isolation Vault rewards added to it if you wish to go there. As always, link to this forum post will be in the description below. I think we'll leave this off here for now because really didn't want this to be too long, but yeah, I think I spent the first 3 minutes talking about the silly cosmetic stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.